The screens reflected in the dark window to the street, 5 floors below me, looked like a cold wall, sprinkled with the lights from the buildings across. One screen read, "Are you done here?" I went to the sink in the kitchen corner, took my bowl from the drying rack, held it under the tap and turned it open. Guttural sounds of an ancient pipe system overburdened with modern technique saluted me before the chicken paste spurted out into my dish. This week, mango-flavored chicken. I received the basic income package, free food from the tap, as much as I wanted. Clothing, healthcare, my room, 69 volts per week. In exchange, I worked in the gym, producing clean muscle energy. Spoon by spoon, I devoured the mango chicken, one of my favorites, cashew, veggie, the other. Both came about 5 times a year, fresh from the factory, pushed through the pipes at around 80 bar to every single male home and apartment complex in the downtown area. I heard a knock on the door. My neighbor, Rustan. "My tap isn't working," he said, and showed me his powdery sprinkled bowl as proof. "Mine works fine, so I heard, through the wall. Can I?" "Sure, come in." "The hedgers should invest into the building," he said, "redoing the plumbing." "That's not investing for them," I said. "They call that sinking money." Rustan held his bowl underneath my tap and bent forward until his vertebrae bulged under his recycled white shirt. Nothing was really white. It was very light gray. He cared about how he dressed. I didn't. It just only had to be clean. One hand kept his striped tie from dangling. "Hedge funds are not known for their caretaking skills," he said. "But they do fix stuff." "Oh, come on, I checked. 2 apartments in our entire building. 350 units over the last 5 years? Ridiculous. And both were fire damages. They're just waiting for my tap, so they can send their best team." Rustan's eyes rarely blinked, what made him look overly alert all the time. Or hungry. He blew his mustache to the side. "Your tap won't last much longer either when I hear those sounds. That's how it started with mine. He doubled what he said. The first symptom of nanoism, a condition caused by metallic nanoparticles that entered the neural system. I kept quiet. There was nothing we could do about it anyway. He closed the tab. "The building is ancient. It was already outdated when they turned it into an SMH. That happened last century. Retirement homes grew empty because the rich stayed in their mansions with a private nurse while the rest didn't have enough money to live in a home. A hedge fund manager pitched the idea of single male homes, single female homes, and single gender neutral homes. City planners all over the world loved that concept, and hedgers struck their deals with the governments. Without those homes, unethical homelessness would be a thing again. Our devices simultaneously emitted the notification sound. He crossed the room and I followed him to the window. The yellow rain had begun to fall. A subdued, dull yellow descended from the murky night sky like snow in a classic Christmas flick. Black silhouettes filled the empty windows in the buildings across the street. Nobody wanted to miss that spectacle. Twice a year, the rain turned yellow, tainted by the artificial pollen powder sprayed by the giant pollinator drones crossing the city and the land around it in order to make up for the lack of bees. Without the drones, nothing would grow anywhere. Of course, they didn't spray actually pollen, but a mix of fine seeds, GMOs, genetically manipulated organisms. They had overtaken nature years ago and weren't able to reproduce fertile seeds themselves, terminator seeds. So they had to be resprayed twice a year. The major attraction was the color itself, in midst of all the gray, this visual sensation, and like everybody else, we watched in silence the cascades of yellow running down the facades and how the water in the street took on the color of the rain. Most people walked slower, others halted altogether, some stretching out their arms.